Hello everybody, this is Sonya. Now I've decided today I'm going to have to look at a Suffolk Puff again, revisit the Suffolk Puff. So I was trying to find some things that actually had vintage fabric. It's because I was thinking on doing a vintage journal. And to make the Suffles that I'm after, that I'm looking for. Okay, so up to this now. I'm going to show you, this is what comes out when you make it with that rounded thing that I've got. Which I've put it to a side because I think it makes it too thick, it's too heavy. And then I made this one here, which is pretty good, but I didn't make it out of that. I just cut this out myself. No, that's not true. I went in and I trimmed back what I thought was too much. Okay, so then I made these others, and I'll burn myself on the line here in a minute. Hope not. And I've been cutting out sort of vintage fabric and different stuff. Now these two come... Oh, excuse me, I just had a banana. These two here came from the same piece of fabric. See, you can see that. But look how much difference they are. And there's a few things that you probably should know about this because if you want to cut them out yourself, don't do what I did. Like I've got something here that's really weird shapes, but I cut that out of a piece of really wrinkly vintage stuff, which I haven't set fire to yet, so it's got to keep burning it. This one here is a very vintage piece too, and I really like it. It looks really good here, but I don't like it here. Don't like it on that, I don't think. So it just depends, see. This is a piece of tablecloth. And then there's these pieces here that I've already cut out that I wanted to do as well. But then I had this idea here, what I've been doing. It's not quite right because I don't know if I've got one right yet. The too full in here. The too many gathers, I think. The too many gathers. I got a dish that I've got round here. I just drew a circle. Well, that's the worst circle ever, but that's where I got it. I just drew the circle around there because that's the size I wanted the Suffolk to be. And that is that pot. Because this one here comes from the bigger size. That's the top of the pot. It's too big. Where's your ruler, Sonia? Here we go. This circle, which I've badly made one, is, oh dear, these can't see this, 7 centimetres like that. It's what's that called? I can't tell you what the circumference is, but this is called that's 7 inches around. I can't remember the word for that. And I was supposed to be good at maths, they said at school, I don't know. But anyway, it must have failed me now. So if you make a 7-inch, you will get this size, and the other one is that size, so I don't know what that was. That was the thing I was using. And I've cut out several other pieces. There's a piece of this funny-looking thing, but I think it's funny-looking. It does depend, too, on where you cut your fabric from. Like, see these, how the difference these are, what difference they are in these. And then it does make a difference, too, if you iron it. See how I'm doing this? Look, see, I'm going round the outside of it, making it flat as anything. So it looks like Grandma made it, maybe. She might have done, look. Makes them look old, doesn't it? Sort of, ish, you know, ish old. This is the last one that I did just a minute ago, and I'm not very pleased with it because I think I made it a bit skew with. So, I have a few ideas, so I thought I might put them to you so you can try yours. I'm going to try mine the same. I've been sitting here making this for quite a while because, I just was looking for the fabric for a fair while. A bit of cotton there hanging off, that's not handy. We're going to cut that off. I think pressing them makes them look good. This is a weird shape, isn't it? But what are you going to do? This one here, I really love the material, but when you put it into a Suffolk, it hasn't got the same effect, have you? It just does not have the same effect whatsoever. This does because it's all over floral. This does because it's an all over floral. you know, all the same little print. Sort of, this is a Liberty sort of one. I don't know if this one is. It could be. It's what they call a Liberty print anyway. These tiny little, really nice flowery things. And then we'll do the top of it, or the bottom of it. And you've got this really, yeah, well, he's Suffolk, isn't he? Squished one. These are squished Suffles. Okay. Now this, I'm a bit worried about this piece because it's a bit, this is going to be your first idea on this. See how bad them gathers are? See, that's just way too many gathers, isn't it? So, I think I've ironed out enough here to do something. I want to do one of these. It's probably not round at all. So that's the idea first. Let's get a round one. You know, we want something round. We don't want it skew with. That's nice, isn't it? And when you're looking at getting the piece of fabric for this, you're looking at the outside. What you've got round there is going to end up what you can see. Okay? I imagine that a lot of you know that, but if you don't, I see I've cut that. So I've got them bits on the outside because they're going to come round there. See? Like so. And this bit here's... You get me? Right. Good. I might be just roving on. I don't know. I'm going to have to unplug this now. That's enough of that ironing thing. So I'm using this $1 iron that I bought at a garage sale. Works perfectly fine. It's a little travel one. Because I'm sure mine just fell down the back of that cupboard here the other day. And I said, wonder what that was. I think that was my iron. I don't know. I'll get hubby to have a look at that. But I just don't seem to find the time to ask him, and he's probably busy too. Anyway, so where's that skew whiffy one that I ironed out? Did I only do one? Oh, here's another one. Now, where's my piece of paper? Did you see me circle anywhere, anybody? What did I do with my circle? Probably under. No. Where's you put your circles on? I got me cotton. Got somebody else's as well. I wonder where that went to. Oh dear, things just disappear on my table, don't they? I've got this all over my project that I was doing. The beetle. Do you want me to show you the beetle? I've finished the beetle. Here's the beetle. What do you think about that? I think he's good, eh? He's a beauty, isn't he? Look, he's got little feelers now, or whatever they are. I don't know, what do they call them? So, feelers will do me, righto. So I'm going to put a knot in this. I don't know what happened to that piece of card. I've got nothing, because this is not straight at all. Oh, here it is, look. Oh, goodness me, Sonia. So, I'm going to pin it back on there, and I'm going to cut it out properly. I'm just using the back of a card. You know, like a card. And it's reasonably round, I think. But the fabric that I'm doing it with is very movie. It's very movie. I don't know what you call that word. It's it shifts about a fair bit, eh? So I'm going to hold that as best I can under there, because I really want this sort of fabric, because I think it makes the little suffly thing look a bit more vintage, because the way that you finish it off, you know, when it's finished that way it looks. Then move that over there. I only want to do one of these today. Right. Now I'm looking at these, and together they look, wrong. If I take out some of them, I don't mind those. I guess that's okay, but then when it comes to these ones, I'd have to put something in that goes with those, wouldn't I? I just don't know, because of the fabric that I've been using, because I've got a lot made, but I can't find them, of course. And I wanted to do a vintage journal, so I needed to put some, I think it might be a vintage sewing journal, I don't know yet. I'll have to see, because I'm getting back into the stitches again. We go from one thing to another, don't we? I thought about making another bug, but with me beads, but I don't know yet. Maybe I'll just do, I might not do this one on video, this journal, I don't know yet. It just depends what I'm gonna keep doing other things for tutorials, I reckon. Don't know if I'll do a full book. Take me too long, they do. I just finished the last one. And I still got now the rabbit one, you're not going to see me make that because I'm just going to do it myself. I just feel, sometimes, I don't know about anybody else, but when you're doing something, you need your own, I'm doing this wrong. This is not what I'm going to tell you to do, okay? What I'm doing is I'm putting these stitches too close together. That is what I'm going to tell you not to do, but I'm going to have to keep going because I feel the need to do that, okay? Oh, I wonder if that's the parcel man. It's making a big noise, might not be. I'm expecting a couple of summer dresses, I'm hoping to anyway. Because the last 3 days I've been wearing summer dresses. Now it is raining and freezing cold today. Still got a sort of summer cotton top on. I have to wear the long trousers and that because it's still... This mustn't be very straight, rounded, because I've just, I've just made it. And what I'm doing, I was going to tell you not to, but this might work better because the fabric is only thin, okay? So when you come out here, you need to come out this side, right? So make your little template and cut your little fabric out, and then you're going to do this gathered up thing here. Okay, right. Now that doesn't look too bad, does it? And before the iron cools down, I might stick the iron on this and see what it looks like then. But because it's thin, it works okay, the fabric. When you pull it up, it's not too... This is very wrinkly, this stuff. Really wrinkly fabric. Oh dear. Wait a minute now. Come on. The cord of the iron got caught in everything because I put it up there. I shouldn't have done, I suppose. Knocked my fabric down. Okay. I'll just see if I can get a bit of heat out of this. Took a long time to warm it up. It's cooled down pretty quick, I suppose. Oh dear, now that looks like something Grandma made, doesn't it? I'm just doing that for the vintage thing, the look. I'm trying to find the right thing. Come on, there's still some heat in this. I bet if I stick it on my fingers I'd find out. I'm going to throw it over here now on the floor. Righto, there's that one. So that looks more like what I'm after, doesn't it? So that piece, I've got a whole heap of this, so I'll be able to make a few more. But I'm not going to terrorise you with that just at the moment. I'm going to show you what I was talking about. We'll see, like how these are really thick. They're really thick around that part, aren't they? But they're only small, and I don't think you need to make them any smaller. So what I'm going to do is just make bigger stitches. That'll make bigger gathers and they won't be so... But then again, you don't know. We're going to have a look and see if it works, eh? And we're just going to check it out and see if it works. But I do like that little bloke. I think he's really cool. And I think that'll look all right with those. And the pink one. I'm going to bring that one in there too or not? No, I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, I'll try this. So we need to make... When you turn it over to, I'm thinking I'm doing mine very level, about that bigger stitch, okay, and see what happens. Just put that bigger stitch through there and see what happens, see if it makes it... Is that going to make the stitch too thick, though? Ah, dear. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Let's see how we go. Just make it longer. Stitch is a bit longer. I don't know where my train of thought is, don't ask me. I just have got all this beautiful fabric and I love playing with it, and I was looking for at me laces and that this morning, and I think about making some lace ones. Now I've itchy face, and might try that too, eh? You make some lace ones and see what they look like. Might just grab one a bit of lace in a minute and show you. I'm trying to make these a bit further apart, but I think they're going to sit up higher then, aren't they? This is not what I envisioned. I suppose you've got to have some sort of gather, but because you're making them so, because I'm ironing them flat, or trying to iron them flat, I might have made a mistake with this. I think I might have made a mistake. I'm still learning by my mistakes. Okay, let's see what happens when it... See, it's not as... is it as bulky or not? Maybe not. I quite like that. I think that's really nice. Pull that through to the back. I think that looks really good, that does. Maybe it's not so much a bad idea to make them a bit bigger, the folds. You know, the little pleats, because you've got these like little pleats around there, isn't it? Now if I press that, we'll see that will go a bit better, won't it? Okay, so there you go. That's a little food for thought. You have to be careful where you cut your fabric out at so you get the right look on the top that you need here. See, that's got pretty colours in it. I'll do this one now so you can see that how this will work out, because all the inside part here is... this is off a piece of a sheet or something, this bit is. Wouldn't say it was vintage unless something... it's probably, I don't know, a couple of years old. No, probably maybe 80s or something. Well, that's 40 years ago, isn't it? Ooh, is it really? Wow. Wow, see, I'm going too small again. Let's get a bit longer now, Sonya. Get a bit longer. And I'm bringing that one in too far. Don't turn them over so far. I think so. Doing better. Rightio. Turn it over there. It's not easy to sew around in a circle, but it works. It works. And I might make a few tiny ones, eh? But let's try a lace one when we do this and see what it looks like. I got sort of carried away with this because I wasn't... I was going to make... I thought I'd try these vintage style sort of ones, and then I thought, no, I'll give those a go. And I thought, oh, gee, that looks good, but then again, when you put it on a Suffolk, it's not... I don't mind that one. This one's a little bit dark for me. And this one here, I don't like it with the white background on it at all. That works for me, but this one doesn't for some reason. But anyway, it's just how we feel about things, I suppose. But just try and keep your stitches, well, level, I suppose, and try not to turn over too much on the edge, so you don't end up with a square or something. I'm likely to do that though, myself. What have I got here? I should have went past that. I should have went past that bit and back up again, because you got the knot sitting up there in the air, and I don't need that. That'll hold the knot down. So I went past the knot. Made sure make sure you don't do a back stitch or catch any of the thread, because then when you go to pull up, it won't work. Well, see, this looks really cool too. This one, I like it. Now I don't think it's too gathery, or the gathers are too far apart. I don't know. I don't think so. I'll just go down in this part of it, and I'll take it through to the back. And I'll usually put a couple of stitches on, little stitches at the back, and then that'll keep it so it's not going to go anywhere, we hope. There you go. Now I don't mind that one either, so I reckon he's pressed down, he's going to look really cool as well. He is, yes. So I've got all these here that I'm going to have a go at sewing them later on sometime. I like to have them cut out, and then I'm ready to go if I feel like it. Okay, cut them out and then you're ready to go if you feel like doing them. Make a small one of those. I've got a check one here, and I've got all these really nice ones. What's these here? Where's that fabric that I got that was like painted or something. Not painted, it's like a, what do you call that? I don't know, can't think of that, sorry. Marbly sort of thing, see? Sort of a marbly one. Doing the right side. They're nice, aren't they? I'll probably make those and keep them. Oh, well, I'll keep all of them, I think, but I'm just trying to find, you know, the right sort of style for me. Maybe if I sort them out a bit different, you know, maybe they'll look different sitting about in a different place. I'm just going to get a bit of lace now, because I really want to do this lace thing. I've got some over there in the basket that I'm going to take out to the lounge room, because I'm just looking to see if I've got a bit bigger that you make a circle out of. Don't think this is going to be right, because it's, well, it might do if I can get a bit out of this. It's a bit heavy, this stuff, isn't it? Maybe I can just get some out of the middle of there. That'll make a small supple, won't it? I'll do this. I feel bad, but the outcome might be worth it. What do you reckon? Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing probably. I'm over here by myself, am I? Right. That's going to be way small, isn't it? It's not even a circle yet. We might have to... We've chopped that up for nothing, I reckon. Hang on. Yeah. You wouldn't even see that. Let me see. Get a piece of decent sized piece of lace on you. Or tulle. I reckon tulle will look good. I got that bit in here that I'll use. It's not actually lace, it's lacy fabric, sort of, isn't it? What else have we got? That bit there, that might make something nice. A Suffolk yo-yo flower. It's a yo-yo flower. Okay. Right. See, now this come off something that I found, that I salvaged. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I'll keep that over there. It's not really in this story today, is it? Now, to make the Suffolk, we're going to cut out, I don't think the mum even gave me. I suppose it's not such a bad thing, I don't know yet. What'll happen if I do that? I'll have these pieces over the front one. I know I won't, they'll probably be in the outside bits. That's not going to work. I need this bit here. This'll work. I think I've made them out of this before. I've got a feeling. I remember doing this. Just throw them across the way there, Sonya. Chuck them out of the road. I'll have two. Let's make two. If we cut out two together, put the needle over there. It's better so it's not in your way. Lay the piece of stuff down. See, now this is not tulle, and a tulle would be, you could have the stiffer tulle and it might work really well as well. But, pin, where's that pin I had? Probably in the pin cushion now, I don't know. That'd be rare for me. Don't know what I got out of there. You can see what I'm cutting out, it's not round, can't you? I don't know how I did that. It's got a few bit of bulges and things. It's not bad. I think I was running out of card. I don't know why I did that. I hope I'm in the shot for this, because I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm so sorry about that. Now, you could use the two thicknesses. That would work really good. That would make it a nice, thick, good, cosy piece. But I think we'll just use one to start with. See how we go. Just use one to start with. Okay. And this is going to be tricky, right? So because this is full of holes, you got to we'll have two thicknesses. Well, we will have two thicknesses of thread. We thread it back through here. Let's get a longer piece. Where's my cotton here? Cotton is here. I know I had it a minute ago. I threaded my needle with it. And then I probably threw it over my shoulder. Ah dear, I don't think I've got that bad yet. Okay, so I need a longer piece of thread because I'm going to do it with two thicknesses of thread. Okay. Right, now. Okay, so I've got myself organised about what time I've got to turn this off, so that's good. So I don't go too far. Now I've got to have two pieces, both the same length. Get them together down the end to a knot. Do a knot. Now, we could turn this over or we could just do it straight around. I think I might turn it over if I can. Okay, so I'm going to go down in there. I'm going to pick up a bit of the lace, and then I'm going to go back through the hole here between the two pieces of thread. So I've hooked that on, which I could let go of if I would, or just let go of it, and it's got a loop, see, so it's looped on there, so that won't pull out, okay? So if you didn't see what I just did then, I'll just show you again in a minute. I'm just keen to get round here and see what this looks like. Oh, it'll be awesome with a flower and mantle it or something, don't you think? Yes. Very good. So just be careful when you're going in here, make sure you pick up something. Yeah? And it doesn't matter, you could put these closer together. It probably would be better if you did, the stitches. Don't put them too far apart, I suppose. I've been in here for hours this morning, but I decided I'm going to start coming in here early, especially now when the summertime might come along, maybe one day. Yeah, we had 2 days that was warm and now it's gone back to cold again, like it's winter time out here. Anyway, I suppose we're having winter with the rest of us there. We'll probably have a white Christmas if that's... I don't think so. Don't think it's ever snowed here at Christmas time. It did in Orange when I was young, and that's about 60 mile away or 2 hours drive or something. I don't know. It's just I don't know how far it is, to be honest, anymore. I used to once. Oh, look, that's a dear little bag, isn't it? For a fairy. Oh, right. Oh, I love that. Don't you think that looks really cool? That's a best suffle. That's my best suffle. I'm sure that's got to be. I don't remember making one of them. That's really cool. And it pulls up really easy too, doesn't it? Wow. Now don't get all this kerfuffled up here. Go steady, go steady, go steady. Go steady. Righto. Yeah, that's like that. I'm thinking a flower in the middle of that. Would you press it down, I wonder? Maybe you can't because it might not press down. Just give me a second, I'll see if I can find a fleur. A nice little fleur to put in the middle of there. Okay, this is where it opens. Sonya, what are you trying to do? I've got to get some of this stuff made up into things, don't I? I've got to make it into things. Can't keep keeping it with me. Where's my little thing? Can't keep keeping all this stuff. I've got to start working with it. Well, that's covering it all over a bit, but look, that's an idea, isn't it? Look. I have done this before, I remember now. I'm just going to use the flower. I'm not going to use the green bit. I'm just going to use the flower. When I say green bit, I mean the leaf of it. Look at that. Isn't that ducky? Oh, well, I'll be making some of those. I can leave that out. Oops, sorry. Keep hitting the camera. Don't you think this will look just delightful? Maybe one of these could go on that bag I'm doing, but I think I've nearly finished the flowers that's going to go on it. I'm going to stick that on there with a bit of glue. If I can ever get my glue to come out, because it's nearly empty. I'll glue that little flower on there. Don't you think that'll look ducky? I like it. Now I'm going to do another one. I'm going to try a tulip one, or even this here. This has got spots. It's got little gold spots on it. We'll have a go at one of those, eh? What do you think? I'll do a project and use them. But my idea was just to give it a bit of a trial and error thing, you know, to see what it's going to look like. These different fabrics, because, like I said, they come out so much different to what you're looking at, don't they? Really do. Some of them come out really different. Come on now, sometimes the day be gone. Must be some glue in this. I'll have to put some more of that other in there when I have to fill it up. We'll have to fill it up. Come on, it's just too hard to get any more out, I'm sure of it. Okay, now make sure you put this up the right way. There. That's got it. Now I'm nearly sure I made one of these one time. I don't know if it was exactly like that, but... Right. Now what do you do if you haven't got any lace like that? I'll show you. Well, this one you can cut around if you want to, but I'm going to show you how to make the... I'm going to show you how to make the suffly looking thing. I think. Hang on a minute till I think this through first. Well, I can, but it's going to be too big. I'll show you how to do it anyway. You make a flower out of this one. You need about 20 centimetres. Okay, so that's about... That's 15, so I've got nowhere not near enough. But I'm going to fold it over, so that means that it's going to be okay, you know. So what I'll do first here, I'll do the same thing. I'll catch both these together at the end, okay. And then I'm going to go around like that. So when I'm working towards the vintage things, this is what I'm going to be having. Look at that, that's better. Isn't it? I'm liking that. That one, can it go in there too? And this one as well. I'm in the pink, aren't I? Even that one maybe. Yes, maybe too. Yes, that could be right. Okay, so let's try this. Okay. Now I've got a knot in the two pieces together, okay? So I'm going to go through here. I'm going to pick up a bit of both pieces, both sides, because I put the two ends together. And I'm going to go back through here. There's a loop there, see? And I'll go back through and catch that loop. I got the biggest father knot there you ever did see. So now you got this, right? And I think it worked out about 17 centimetres, didn't it? I'm not quite sure if I remember that now. But, because you're going to do this, this won't actually be a suffle, but it will look suffle-ish. That's a thing. When I've finished, I think. But this is only because if you haven't got anything big enough, like you can do it with this with a piece of lace, a long strip of lace. That's what I'm trying to say. So we'll put a knot in here. Go back through here, because you don't want this to pull up. You don't want this to gather up this bit. You want that bit to stay flat. Okay, so that's that bit there staying flat. We hope. You can get excited and glue it, but I don't know about that because it might not work as good, because if it's too open it might not glue as good. Okay, so now I've turned that round, see, I'll put all that in the inside, and hopefully when this gathers up you're not going to see all that. It won't be all, you know, visible, we hope. So now you come through here and you will sew this down by grabbing two bits and this, you know, like both sides. You need both pieces. And you sew on both pieces together, okay? Now this one we're going to have a centre in it, because you're going to see where it's all joined up. This is not actually a yo-yo flower, but it is going to be like one. It'll look like that's what it is if you do it like this, as far as I know. My memory serves me properly. Okay. And this is a different way, I suppose, from they're not yo-yo flowers anymore. They're flowers now. They're round flowers, okay? Now maybe I've made this a bit too long because I might have a lot of what's the name in it. And I've had another idea that I thought of that I did. Well, I didn't. It wasn't my idea, but I remember doing something else with these when I did them. But I can't do that now because it's too much. Too much for today. We'll do something with them another time. So then you've got this, see? And that looks pretty much like a Suffolk to me, don't you think? Well, you know, it's close. It's close to a Suffolk flower or puffy thing. And then you can get a button, which I had some nice buttons here. I don't know what the noises are I'm making. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to be so vocal there when I was talking about buttons. I had them here somewhere this morning. And that's nice. It might be smaller. Here's one of those. Yes. Oh, I do like that too. Oh, that's pretty. I bet I'll put that up there to make something. Oh, that's nice too. Here's some more nice things. Okay, so these are what I'm beading anyway, so that was what that was all there about. Now, I can use one of these mother of pearls. The mother of pearl buttons on that. It looks Suffolk-y. No? Look, see? Sort of. It could be, couldn't it? You never know. The only thing I think I'd like is a smaller button, okay? I think I'd like a smaller button on it. You don't have to put a button on it. I suppose I could stick one of these on there because you're not going to be able to see the gather that much anyway. Are you? We could do that. Painstakingly with my glue not falling down out of the pot properly. I'll turn it up that way for a minute. While I see if I can get a different flower out of here. I'm sure I will. My hands don't seem to want to work for me lately. I don't know what that's about. It's not something to do with being old, is it? It can't be. No, I just feel like I struggle sometimes to do things. That's not good. That's not a bad thing. That's too big. What colour have I got under there? What is that? A pinky colour thing I've made? I don't think I need any of those. This could work, this little round bit. It might be too big. I'm trusting something here in a minute. Here's the one there. A white one. Hope I don't hit the camera again this time. Okay. I've got a pair of sort of lycra tights on, and the seat that I'm sitting on hasn't got a cover. It's only leather or whatever. I keep sliding on the chair, and that is why I'm making so much noise on it. And I don't think I like that. I think I'm going to have this one here. Look, these look amazing on here. I think I'm going to go for that. Right, so I'm going to go through the other side. Hang on, make it a bit straighter. You pull it up there into carried away there, lady. Okay, take us through the back. Right, make a knot. And what I should have done was shown you exactly what to do with the lace, because that's what I would. This is how you could do it if you had a nice piece of wide lace. You could make the lace Suffolk-y things, and I have got something like that. So we've got time to do one of those too, haven't we? Because this is a craft with me session today. It is. Still thinking about making more bugs though. But I'm... now that I know how, once you get yourself sorted and you know what you're doing, you're pretty right with anything. Just give this a twiddle and a twist. Hopefully this will come out of here now. I just sealed it up again a bit. I'm sure there's still more in this, I I don't think I'm pushing it. I think there's still more in here. I should be putting more in there so it doesn't keep getting stuck. So that's where the joint is, you can see that. It just depends which way you turn your flour. Also, I don't want that to be too overstayed at the centre, so that's okay, isn't it? That bit in there, don't you reckon? Don't know if you could press it down. Maybe you could. Make it put a bit of starch or something. I don't know how it would work. It might just all frizzle up under the iron. Might all frizzle up underneath the iron. Then we'll have nothing. What you can do actually is you could stitch it down the edge if you wanted to. I've stitched them down before and then put beads around it, you know. So this is taking a bit of sticking because it's not happy. This one's stuck down really good, isn't it? Yes. I love these. These are nice, aren't they? I'm gonna stitch around the edge of this. I know I want to do all these things, but I just can't help myself. Now, will I use this colour cotton though, because it's white? It might work all right. Okay, just cut a bit off because I'm only going to use one strand. I only want one strand of thread. I know I got a bit away from my suffles, but I want to make this flat if I can without ironing it. Yeah, I'll come through the back of there. And because I've come through a few thicknesses, it looks pretty right. Go around here like this. I don't know what it's going to look like. That's pretty cool. It's working. I think I've done this before with the silky like sort of ones. They stay down really good and flat if you use them. You could do it with a little bit of gold thread or something. That'd look nice, wouldn't it? If only Sonya could find... I know where they are, actually. They're right up there on top of the shelf, so I can't get them down today. I've managed to put a whole heap of stuff back on the floor in boxes. I've got to find things, don't I? When hubby comes in, I might get him to do that for me anyway. Look into that. Get them down for me. And I could put a bit of gold thread around here. I could. Oops. He went up the street to buy some steak. Some chuck steak or something, because he wanted to cook it in the slow cooker. Because the other day he did some turkey legs. And gee, they turned out good. And so now he was going to do some steak tonight. But when he said the price of it, he left it there. Men don't have any idea. I buy it all the time. I have to pay the price. I don't care. I don't leave it there. But now we're going to have pork chops, and that's okay. You know, they're nice. And corn, peas, potato, all good, all nice things. Look at this. Look at how it's turning out. Wow, like it. I wonder if this will work with the fabric too, like it is. You know, we've turned this into something just completely different, haven't we? But look how it looks. Look how it looks. I love how it looks. I do. Now you can't do that. You're going to fix it now. Fix it. Just even it out. Wow. Don't you like that? Do you like that? Let me know. If you don't like it, well, don't tell me. Don't tell me if you don't. Yeah. Make sure I got all these bits. Don't pull it too tight. Cut that off there. And there. Just like if you haven't done any back stitches, which you shouldn't, you can just level that out, can't you? And that looks amazing. I do love these. Look, aren't they cool? Now I could stitch down and pull in these others. Some of them could look all right like that as well, couldn't they? So we've just revisited the Suffolk Puff and turned it into something else or whatever it is. Yo-yo flower. This part here is a little bit, but it's only due to the fact that I've probably not pulled it up properly. I hope that's all that's happening. And see, the stitches don't look too bad around there. Now, if you wanted to, you could go around and put tiny little beads around that. Wouldn't that be flash? I think that would turn out really nice. So anyway, people, thank you very much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll come back another day and do something else, okay? Thank you. Stay safe. Bye-bye.